you no more. It clouds my memory. The kids don't know me, and you get that vacant stare. I can do this with my eyes closed, baby. You know it and I know it too. So what do you do when it don't do it no more, and the feeling just ain't there? I'm a miner. All my life I've been digging for gold.
He's back. He's a legend, and Winnipeg loves him. Welcome back, Barney Bentall, in your home at the Burton Cummings.
Thank you very much, Tracy. It's really nice to be back here. I've only played here a couple of times. It's just such a wonderful theater.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
You know, we were waiting for you just for a few moments, and I was watching the guys rolling in the equipment, and, you know, gosh, thinking that your career spans almost 30 years, do you do anything special before the show, or like do you come walk around, or what does Barney do to warm up? I've always wondered.
Sometimes you're just kind of trying to get everything done. I refer to the road as you have all the time in the world and no time at all. That's what it seems. There's that conundrum there. Sometimes you're going, oh my God, I've got to be on in 10 minutes, and other times you're just dealing with daily routines and sometimes the boredom on the road. So you're just trying to occupy your time and make it productive. The more I do this, the more I play before I play. So I'll sit down with a guitar and work on the stuff that I'm going to do that night. I have the good fortune on this tour to play with Ann Lindsay, the fiddle player, and we'll sit down and warm up and play, and that's always extremely enjoyable. It gets the voice going and gets your head into a music mode. Yeah. You know, I mean, I think one of the great aspects of this tour is you know, Jim and I have known each other over 30 years, and we're playing with his kids. Sometimes my son Dustin will pop up and play, and we've watched those kids grow up from toddlers to performing with us on stage. So I think it's that element of history and you know, Canadian rock and roll history, and for those of us lucky to be able to keep doing it, and then those of us with the will to keep doing it, it makes for a great show. Gambling's the only way I know. Standing at the crossroads, I'll take the jack, you can have my soul. Another miner down the road. Well, I ain't never been a prairie boy, but life goes where it goes. No highway to the flatland, I was blown by a storm.
What is it like to be and see your son on stage and doing the same thing that his dad does?
Yeah, joining the family business. And also,
Yeah.
also Jim's other son, Sam, is with us too, and he's just put out a record. So how does it feel?
Are you guys cashing in or what?
You know, I don't think either of us, Jim nor myself, would have said, yeah, you know, you've got to go into the quote-unquote family business, as I mentioned. It's just, you wait and see if any of your kids are interested. I mean, Dustin plays, and that's just so wonderful to be on stage with him. And then I have a daughter in the Kootenays, and she and two other mothers have started a band there. And then all my musician buddies have helped them make a record, which has gotten played on the radio. And those three moms have 8 daughters between them. So this is therapy for them in a way. They get out and play, you know, 2 weekends a month, and so it's just not a type of career choice that you say, oh, this is, you know, we really want you to do this. You wait and see who's interested, and then if they show that interest, just help them where you can.
Wow. And you apparently just put out another record, The Drifter and the Preacher. Is this like a little bit about Barney himself? Maybe
a little bit, yeah. Those are I suppose this is a drifter life in a certain sense. It's kind of very regimented, but it's a hobo lifestyle as well. And then my dad was a minister, you know, actually originally in the prairies and then out to Calgary, and you know, here's another aspect of the whole Dustin and Devin and Sam and my daughter Jessica. That's a logical thing to do. You grow up around music, you grow up backstage, and for me, minister's kid, it was all about rebellion, you know. Not exactly playing the devil's music, but close. So, you know, that was a different motivating factor. Just, you know, you're kind of angry and you wanted to embrace music and follow this lifestyle. So it's, like I say, it's different motivation for our kids. They never think of it as rebellion.
No.
You know? I mean, they have the burden, I think, of trying to make a go of it and trying to be successful. I mean, certainly in Jim's case, Jim is a Canadian icon. You know, it's daunting to be a son or daughter of that and try and make a go. But so on one hand, you got all the help. You don't, you're not rebelling and making one mistake after another, but you're trying to find your own identity.
So then, as a dad and as yourself, what words of wisdom then do you give not only your son, but maybe, you know, for the other young singer and songwriters of today out there?
We were laughing the other day because I'm not a big advice person. I just don't know that, I'm always there for my kids if they want to ask me something, but I don't, no pun intended or no weird reference, I don't get preachy in that way. I kind of had enough of that as a kid, but I think I try and help them if they seek out the advice. And I remember one time saying to Dustin, I watched one of his first gigs and it was just horrendous. And I just said, you know, Dust, you got to make sure your bass player, at least your bass player, knows the changes to the songs, because, you know, most people will watch a show and a guitar player could be doing anything, the drummer could be screwing up, but if the bass player is making mistakes, you notice. So it was just, we were all laughing about that because that was one piece of advice I gave to him way back when.
And he took it?
Yeah, he really did. He totally took it, you know. So it's sometimes simple and practical things. And, you know, if he's doing some record deal or management deal, yeah, I mean, there's always an open door policy. If you want to ask me about something, I'm there. But sometimes it's good. There's a lot to be gained by figuring stuff out yourself. It's a combination. Life is always a combination of that stuff.
Well, we love you, and I think your combination of life has been very successful. Barney Bentall, all the best.
Thank you very much, Tracy. Thanks, Jeff.
In the morning I drink my coffee. Before the sun comes up, I get behind that big wheel and I push it to the floor. Seems wrong as the day is long to think about the chance I took when I could have been an actor, I could have written a hit song. But I'm a miner, all my life I've been digging for gold. A rodeo rider, gambling's the only way I know. I'm standing at the crossroads, I'll take the jack, you can have my soul. Another miner down the road. Another miner